Hey everybody, and welcome to the new show that I promised to post, and that is What's on the Menu, Nate. Well, tonight we're going to be cooking my style of chicken parmesan. I bet that's starting to sound mouthwatering. Now, this show is to teach ones that don't know how to cook, say like children, families, and any one of y'all that decide that y'all just want to just eat out and order like pizzas and takeout foods. Well, this is to help y'all to get educated on how to cook. Well, let's go ahead and get started. All right, first, with chicken parmesan, what you'll need is something simple. First, you'll need your conventional oven, and you'll need a glassware dish. Now, to make sure before you put this in the oven, make sure that this particular style of dish is oven safe. Now, if you look on the very bottom of it, it will say that if it's oven safe or not, which this one in my hands is oven safe. Now, you can get this at your local supermarket stores that sell cooking ware, and just, or you can also go to the flea markets. Sometimes they also have some of these on for sale. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start by spraying the inside of your cookware dish with some butter spray. Now, most people, they will like to use cooking butter spray, but unfortunately, I do like to use regular butter spray on occasion, where this is actually a special occasion, actually. And what you will do is you'll spray along the outside of the pan of the glassware dish. Now, as you see, like how I spray it on the outside, and then you'll start spraying in the center. There we go. Now, once you're done using your butter spray, we'll put that off to the side, and then you'll go ahead and select your fried steaks. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any chicken fried steaks, but I like to mix it up a bit. Where in this one, we're going to use country fried steaks instead of chicken fried steaks. That's what it will also be adventurous to use different styles and different types of meats and different dishes, where in this case we'll be using country fried steak instead of chicken fried steak, which I've actually done this before, and it's actually pretty good. Now, for one person, for a guy like, say, my size, probably about 2 regular chicken fried steaks, which what you will do now is you will place them in your glassware dish. Now, since I'm also wanting to make some lunch for tomorrow, next you'll get, say, like 2 more chicken fried country fried steaks, and then put them along inside this size dish. There we go. Now, once you are done with the selecting how many you want, just zip up the bag and then just place it back out there in the freezer when you're done. Where in this case, we'll put it back out there momentarily. Now, next, since you've already put your country fried steaks in the glassware dish, next you will need to select a tomato sauce. Now, when I say tomato sauce, I'm not talking about, like, say, salsa or those. I mean a type of pasta sauce, where there are many types of pasta sauces that are with different flavors, say like with olive oil, some with garlic, some even have the 5 cheese flavor. But my personal favorite I like to use is vodka sauce, which different companies will also make their styles. Now, you can also make your own pasta sauce at home if you want, though, but that would take a little while to do. But if you do have pasta sauce lying around in, say, your cabinets or your refrigerator, just taking up room, just use any average, everyday marinara sauce. Now, vodka sauce will also make a good marinara too, especially if you're eating pizza and such. But we're going to use this on top of the country fried steak, chicken Parmesan style. Now, what you'll do is you'll take your jar and just dump it all over the top of the chicken fried steak. Yeah, get it nice and good and glazed all on there. Now this is going to have to simmer a little bit. Now, we just used up the last bit of the vodka sauce in this jar, and there you will now pop open a fresh jar and just drown them in that vodka sauce. Now, if you do have any left over, just take your vodka sauce or your marinara or whatever that you have and just put the cap back on and then just put it in the fridge for later. And you can use that for next time, say, using it for another dish, which there'll be many others to come. All right, next, you'll need more of your seasonings. First seasoning that you'll put on your chicken Parmesan, country fried steak style. You'll take Parmesan cheese and just shake that all over the top. Yeah, get it on there. I like a lot of Parmesan cheese on a lot of stuff. Now, once you're done with your Parmesan cheese, let's just put that up. And then next, you'll need some garlic powder. Now, I do like mixing it up a little bit because one of the other things I like to put on my chicken Parmesan is I'll also like to add some garlic sauce too. But first, we'll add the seasoning on first before we add the garlic sauce. Because I like adding garlic to a lot of my dishes because it's one of my favorite seasonings, and garlic is also good for the heart too. So what you'll do is you'll shake your garlic powder on top. Just get a good lot of it in there. Now, you don't want to add too much or it'll depending on if you're a good garlic fan. Now, I like a good strong garlic smell from some of my dishes, but I don't always add garlic powder to all my dishes. Say, like if I were to make scrambled eggs or something like that. No, I wouldn't add garlic powder to that. Now, from there, once you're done with your garlic powder, to seal that up, put it up. Next, you'll need oregano leaves. Now, you can buy this at any of your local supermarkets and just put a little bit of oregano on top. And once you're satisfied with that, then move on to your next seasoning, which you'll need basil. Now, you can also get this at your local supermarket as well. And then just do like you did with the oregano, and just sprinkle a good bit of it on there too. There we go. Put that back on there. And then next, you will add your garlic sauce. Now next, just put a good drizzle on there. I like to have it extra potent with garlic. There we go. That's good. Now next, once you start getting the empty jars or any empty containers, just dispose of them. But if you do want to save the jars, make sure you wash them out and so on. But we don't need to save these. Now, if there's any garlic sauce left, just put it in the fridge and just save it for later. All right. Now, doesn't that look good and appetizing right there for the start? Now, next, you will need to use your average everyday spoon and then just start rubbing it in there. Make sure you get it on both top and bottom to make sure the sauce gets in all those parts and all those nook and crannies that you didn't get in, that did not touch on whenever you drizzled everything on there. And just say, like, if you're just making an average everyday sandwich, just use that method to just spread on the top. Make sure the sauce gets on the bottom of your country fried steaks. There we go. Now it's nice and drizzled on there. And nice and spread thick. Now, from there, you will now take some tin foil, just long enough to cover the top of the glassware dish. Now from there, you'll start from the side, make sure it is even on one side, and then crunch it up around the handles. And then do the same thing with the other side to make sure it's nice and even on that side. Now, if it's not even, it's okay, as long as the steam does not escape the glassware dish. Now, once you're done cooking this, you need to make sure that you wear oven mitts when you take this out, because it'll be super hot. And you don't want to get burns on your hands or any of that such. Now, next, what we will do now is set the oven to 400 degrees and then click start. And now, as it's preheating, next you will take your glassware dish, open up the oven, as you see here, and then you will take your glassware dish and put it on the second rack in the center. Now, once you've placed it in there, then you will close the oven. Now, this will need to cook for at least 35 to 40 minutes, depending on what style oven that you have. Now, if you have a smaller oven per se, now it could take longer, especially if you have like one of those toaster ovens. But if you have a larger oven, which will actually in this case and all that, I prefer to use a larger oven than a smaller oven because there's more room and you can put more stuff in there to cook, depending on what you're wanting to cook. Where in this case, like say if you wanted to do garlic bread or something extra, then you could put that and just slide the chicken Parmesan dish over to one side and then just add the extra dish on the left side. Now you could also use the top rack for any other dishes too, but you'll need to interchange them out so each side can get done, so the bottom and the top can be done at the same time, because using that top rack can sometimes keep food from getting all the way done, especially if you're wanting to experiment, say like if you're making tater tots or of some sort, then only a little bit will get done, and then you'll need to change it out so the top can get done too. I've had that happen to me several times, especially when I'm cooking multiple dishes, and the tater tots would not get all the way done. Now, we'll give that 40 to 35 to 40 minutes, and we'll be back and see how it turned out.